Oh jeez. Oh, did you see that save? Oh, that was awesome.
Hello and welcome to BusyBee TV. I'm your host, Lucas Weakley, and this week we're going to be continuing with the scratch build troubleshooting series with part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, click over here. So in this episode, I'll be going over how I changed the tail. Also, I'm going to be doing a couple other minor changes to the airplane, and along the way, I'll be giving you a couple more helpful tips on how to spot problems with your scratch build design. So let's get started. Starting off with the tail, I said last week, next time we'll be going over more about how to fix the pitch issue. So to fix that problem, I'm going to make the elevator surface of the tail much larger. This is going to resist air movement and make it more stable in the pitch axis. Now, when I watched last week's episode, I noticed that every time I threw the airplane, it would always yaw to the left. And I'm not doing that on purpose, so there's obviously something wrong with the tail. Now, if you look at it very closely, you can kind of see how it's not aligned. Now, it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but it's hard to make a V-tail on a curved surface like this fuselage. So I'm just going to switch to a normal tail, elevator and rudder, and that's what we're going to work on first. But before we do that, I just gave you a tip. Videotape all your flights. This will allow you to review them later and find very small problems like the one I just explained. More often than not, while you're flying, you won't be able to pick up on these small problems because you'll be paying attention to flying the airplane. Now, let's go fix the elevator.
I cut off the end of the fuselage and removed the control linkages and the old tail. The way I made the elevator and rudder was by cutting out a couple shapes and then putting them up against the airplane and seeing which one looked right. I don't have a precise way of doing this, but I didn't really need to since I already kind of knew what I wanted.
So here are the changes that I did. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey Lucas, you didn't show us every little detail about what you just did. And yes, I understand that, but the reason why I didn't is this isn't a build series. This is just showing you a couple general things that you can do to your airplane to make it fly better. And it's your design too. But I will tell you what I did. So I obviously made a standard tail now. I cut off the little nub in the back, that I call it. I put some winglets on the end, and I made the door now open here instead of to the side. Because opening to the side was really annoying. So here's another tip. When you're making changes as major as changing up the tail, you're always going to want to fly it right after you make the changes. And the reason for this is if you make too many changes in one go and you try to go fly it and it doesn't fly exactly how you want it to, or it doesn't fly at all, you won't know where the problem is, and you're going to have to like rip the plane apart just to find where the problem was. If you make a change and then go fly, make a change and go fly, you can automatically know where the problem is and what was causing it. Speaking of flying, let's go fly this plane.
Right off the bat, I could see that the yaw issue that I was having before was completely gone and the plane took off just fine. Also, there is no longer a pitch issue like I had before. The pitching of the plane in this video was caused by the elevator having too much control. I was easily able to fix this issue after this flight. All through this flight, I was flying at less than a quarter of the throttle. So you can probably tell that this plane is going to go very fast when I let it open in a large field.
Oh jeez. Oh, did you see that save?
Yeah.
So sadly, I think this video series has come to an end. I've come up with as much things that I can do with this plane as I possibly can. So what I'm probably going to end up doing now is, since I now have this plane flying almost like I want it to, I will reverse engineer it, get all the dimensions from it, and I will build a brand new one. And that'll allow me to do a couple things like paint it and basically rebuild it and learn from my mistakes that I did in this one. So what that might mean for you, maybe in the future, is a build series if you guys want one. So let me know in the comments. But anyways, as always, if you like my videos, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any more questions, you can leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. So thanks for watching.